As you all know, I have been testing every single move in this darn game, Dragon Generations, to find out which moves are the best for you, the players, my viewers, my subscribers, to use throughout your gameplay. And I think I've done a very good job so far. I've missed a couple moves, but I always would correct myself in the comments. So if you guys went through the series, make sure you go look at the comments. Hey, maybe look at the comments of this video. Maybe I need to correct something again on this video. Hopefully not. But anyway, let's get into this video. I want to make this a little quick. Don't have too much time today. So this is the Game Pass section. This is the Game Pass video. The fabled Game Pass section of the series. So Game Passes are tricky because there's a lot of them that you can just access right away, right when you start the game. As long as you have the Game Pass bot, it just gives it to you. So at level 1, you can use these Game Pass moves. And those are the ones I'm going to go through first. And then you get to the Android 21 raid, which is locked to future, so somewhere at level 200. I don't know when exactly you can do it. Maybe you can do it right away. I can't really remember. But somewhere in future, you can do the Android 21 raid. And then after that, somewhere in space, you can do the Toa and Mira raid. I believe it is exactly when you get to space. It's level 400. You can go do the raid. And it'll appear here in the travel menu. It'll be Crack of Time. So the Time Breaker one. The Time Patrol Game Pass, I'm pretty sure doesn't even give you moves. I will correct myself if I'm wrong, but I'm like pretty dang sure it just doesn't give you any moves. So like automatically, like that Game Pass kind of stinks. I think it is the worst Game Pass really. So let's get into it though. So I've used every Game Pass move. I've tested them all out. Let's start with the ones that you get for free. And this one's going to be a little different. I am going to individually go through each and every move. Before, I would just ignore the moves that I deemed not even good enough to mention. And only say the best ones. I'm not going to show you those moves, but I will mention every move. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so to start, we're going to talk about add-on pack number 1. So this Game Pass is going to give you Earth-Splitting Gallic Gun, Explosive Madon, and Super Godfist. So, Earth-Splitting Gallic Gun is not good. It does less damage than Energy Wave. Let me check. Does it do worse damage than Gallic Gun itself? There's no way, right? It does. It does less damage than Gallic Gun itself. So, the Earth-Splitting Gallic Gun version of Gallic Gun that takes twice as much ki is worse than Gallic Gun. So, do with that information what you will. Explosive Madon also sucks. It's one of those like close range ki blast moves. It's not good. Super Godfist, however, this move I've found to be quite good. So it's just one of these like little single punch moves. It's pretty cool. It has aura for sure. From Xenoverse, gave it a ton of aura for sure. And it only takes 1,000 stamina. I think this is a great move that is going to be very effective for you even until the Future Saga. From level 1 all the way to the Future Saga. And if you consider its low stamina drain, even beyond the Future Saga. I think it's a great move. So add-on pack 2 gives you Death Bullet, which is not good. It gives you Large Spirit Bomb, the ultimate, which is not good. It's a terrible ultimate. And then it gives you Fake Blast, the evasive, which I'll give a shout out to it and I will show it. It's not a bad evasive. It takes 2.5 defense bars, but it teleports you to the enemy. As you see, it does literally 1 damage. It does nothing. But the fact that it teleports you to the enemy and like stuns them enough for you to really get a combo going, I do like that. I think that's good. Maybe more so for PvP, but I still think it's worth mentioning. Otherwise, add-on pack 2 sucks, move-wise. I am going to make a video, by the way, after this one eventually, where I go through all the Game Passes and tell you which one's worth it and which ones aren't. So maybe the accessories and clothing in add-on pack 2 can save it for you. But the moves, they kind of suck. Add-on pack 3. So this move gives you double Eraser Cannon. It gives you Abyss, Impact, and Chaotic Tyrant. So, double Eraser Cannon is good. It's like a volley move, kind of, which I know they have a bad reputation in this series for, like, kind of all being terrible. But it only does 2. In my own experience, they're fairly more consistent than most volleys. And they do pretty good damage. I'd say Namek and Space, you can get away using this move for sure. I'd be careful for Earth move users because it does take 10 ki as opposed to 5, which is what most Earth moves use. But I do think it's worth using even in Earth, yeah. For the ki, I think, is worth it. For how, like, efficient of a move it is, you just kind of throw out this blast. It's pretty nice. Abyss Impact is okay. I'm not going to show it. It's not that bad. Chaotic Tyrant actually surprised me. This is a pretty good counter. Hopefully I get lucky here. I do. So I did get a crit, which kind of skews it. But in my experience, this is doing the same, around the same damage as Got You, which is a very, very good counter in the Namek Saga level. And this does take 1,000 stamina, which is quite a lot for a counter. But it's not bad at all. It's a good counter. Next up is the Dragon Ball pack. So this gives Neo Dodon Ray, which I'll tell you guys right now is a terrible move. It gives Neo Wolfang Fist, which I will show. This is quite a decent move. It used to be very meta, but it got nerfed, but it's still a good move. So it takes 1,000 stamina, and this is what it does. It's a nice little combo move. Its damage isn't the craziest, but for Earth, I think it's very, very good. And then you can even get away using it in Namek as well, I would say, especially considering it's a free move. You don't even have to buy it. Assuming you have the Game Pass, right? And then, yeah, the only thing I would say is for Earth users, be careful. It does take 1,000 stamina, which is more than you're probably used to spending on moves. But, I mean, it's a good move, so, you know. And then, Rock, Scissors, Paper, not a good move. I'm not going to show it. So next is the Time Breaker pack, which, by the way, guys, might be the MVP of Game Passes, I'm not going to lie. So, the super attacks it gives you off-rip is Peeler Storm. Peeler Storm by itself actually is not that good. This is what it is. The damage is quite low. I don't really know what Saga that scales to. Maybe Earth? Let me see. Yeah, it kind of scales to Earth damage, which, I mean, you don't have to charge it, which is good. So I think and it does take 10 ki, by the way. I believe it is ki damage. So, I don't think it's a terrible move at all. It does do low damage, but I like the utility of it. So, like, you can just kind of throw this out, and it'll hit whoever you're locked onto. I think it's almost guaranteed to hit NPCs no matter what. And then players, like, as long as they're not, like, really high level, fully, like, fast chart, like, flying, it won't hit. It'll hit them, like, unless they're doing that, right? Unless they're, like, really, like, fast. So it's a good utility move. I even used this move in ranked for a little bit. It was pretty fun. So yeah, and then Marbling Drop is terrible. There are more moves in the Timebreaker pack, but you have to do the raid, which is level 300 plus. So I will wait on that. But we will continue on. So the Android 21 pack. This does give you 3 free moves right off the bat, level 1. It gives you Sweet Tooth, which takes 40 ki, but that's because it's a stun move. So most stun moves do take 40 ki. It's doing okay, like, good-ish damage, especially for, like, a level 1. It's doing good damage, I guess, but, like, for how fast it is. Energy Wave is doing more damage fully charged, by the way. But, I mean, I still think it's, like, not a terrible move. The stun is really nice, and especially for how fast it is, so this may be more of a PvP move. Total Detonation Ball is next. I ran out of moves on my moveset, so let me go ahead and equip these next 2 moves. Spoiler alert, I do like all the 21 moves, and it's... the 21 guy likes the 21 moves. You got me, bro. But, Total Detonation Ball is actually a fantastic move. So if you just kind of throw it out there, it's pretty fast. It does 6,500. However, again, for me, by the way, I've shown my stats on everybody. I'm a melee build, but I'm still I'm being very fair to the key users as well. Like, I'm comparing the key moves to each other. So, it still is fine. Don't worry. So total detonation ball, you can actually charge this move. And it charges very quickly. If I just throw it out, it does over 11,000 for me, which is insane. It is a very, very high damaging blast. That is scaling to like, I think, let me check Buu Saga. That's scaling over Buu Saga. So, or at least in Buu Saga, maybe over. So like, yeah, that's insane. You're basically getting a Buu Saga blast at level 1, which is extremely worth it. Like, yeah, you might be like, oh, but it takes 25 ki. Yeah, it does take 25 ki, man. But guess what? Your ultimate takes all your ki, and this is doing way more than your ultimate is, trust me. So yeah, it's a very, very good move. And then excellent full course. I was blown away at how much damage this move was doing. Like, for level 1, look, it's damn good, and it's a good combo move. You can go right into punching. But the thing is about it is it takes 500 stamina, and it's a chase rush. You can pop this move from anywhere. That NPC's going down, bro. Like, it's doing good damage, and it's a chase rush. Like, dang, dude. Like, that's crazy to me. What is going on with it? Hold on. Okay, I guess it's just like crits. But like the damage it's doing is pretty good. Especially for the 500. So yeah, I definitely recommend this move. Very, very, very good move. Solid move. So let's continue. So next we're gonna talk about the 21 raid moves. So let me go ahead and equip those. So that is Photon Swipe, and I'll go over how much ki they all take right here as I get them. So this takes 25 ki. High Healed Ki Slash is next, is a Blast. This also takes 25 ki. Savory Slicer is a Rush, taking 2,000 stamina. And then the last two, sorry, are ultimates. It's Appetizing Rush and Absolute Release Ball. So, spoiler alert, I like all these moves. As I said before, I think all these moves are pretty good in their own right. So, Photon Swipe, this move is more so a PvP move for me. As you guys can see, it's a very fast laser. That's a lot of damage for a fast laser. Compared to, like, beams or blasts you can just throw out there, like, total detonation ball just thrown out there is doing more damage, right? But I still think for, like, a fast laser type of move, it's very good, because it's even faster than, you know, throwing out a blast like this, right? So that's why I say maybe for PvP it's much better. But I still think it's worth mentioning. And again, 25 ki. But the speed, decent damage, good move. Next up is High Healed Ki Slash. Now again, this is another volley, but surprisingly, it's not that bad. The damage isn't great, but it has like good like hitbox tracking and whatnot. Like this move will land pretty decently, pretty consistently. Maybe, again, I'm thinking more PvP on this one. I haven't really tested it too much against NPCs. The problem with volleys is I'm pretty sure the NPCs can just vanish out of them, and I am just using it on a dummy. It also does have a high cooldown, so this is the biggest stretch, I would say, is High Healed Ki Slash. But I did want to shout it out, at least. It's also a really cool looking move. But yeah, be wary of this move. It may be not going to give you the results the others are. Especially if the NPCs can vanish out of it, which I'm like 99% sure they can. The next is Savory Slicer, and this move used to be extremely overpowered. It got nerfed deservingly, but I think it's still worth mentioning. So this move, that's what it looks like, and it did crit, of course, on the big hit. So I do think it has good damage, especially for a level 200 move. You have to consider, like, you get this move at level 200 or so. Good, really good damage. It's comparing to the rest of the moves in Cell Saga. Let me see. How is it scaling to Cell Saga? It's scaling to it, which is slightly unfortunate considering it takes 2,000 stamina. So, I mean, maybe this move is a stretch as well. I it is really fast, which is a good thing. I think the devs should definitely look into making this move take Cell Saga level stamina if it's gonna do this much damage, and that would be nice. I hate how there's like a stigma around moves that what do you call it, that get nerfed, I guess. Like there's a hate boner, you could say, that the devs have for these like overpowered moves. I don't know. Like I don't think that's the case, but it feels that way. So Savior Slicer, again, a little bit of a stretch maybe, but I still think it's worth showing. The next two are ultimates. I'll do Absolute Release Ball first. This move blew me away. Again, I never saw anything of this move because I was like, oh, it's a Game Pass move, like, you know, blah, blah, blah. That's a lot of damage, like, for a Future Saga move. Like, because, you know, I always looked at it through the lens of, like, I'm a max level player, this is doing less than Buu Saga moves, so why do I care? But if you're not a max level player, you're just going through Future Saga, that move is really good. Like, let me again pull up Future Saga. This is doing more damage, I believe, than any ultimates you're really having there. Yeah, it's doing more than Heat Dome attack, more than Hell Flat, like all those key moves. This move is doing more than them. Let me see one more time. Like, again, you're not really hitting that move very consistently. Oh, the explosion did hit this guy, so it kind of made it a little slightly more. But still, I think it's slightly better than your Future Saga ultimates, and maybe you're not going to really be able to throw it out in a fight. Well, I mean, you could do it mid-combo. Assuming you aren't like me and you actually hit the stun properly, right? Like here, let me do it on this AI. Just to show properly, like, how you would hit this move. You would have to hit the, that. And assuming they don't vanish from it, you could hit it. So yeah, I think it's not a bad move at all. And then Appetizing Rush. So this is a counter ultimate. And so it's doing less damage than Burst Rush, which is the other counter melee ultimate. But the trade-off is Burst Rush has that bad end animation. This move doesn't. And so I do think this is a... And it's doing enough damage. Like, it's not a weak move. It's doing enough damage, especially if you're getting crits, to where I think you can use this at max level and get away with it. If you really like counters, counter ultimates especially, like, this is a good move. Okay, let's get to the Time Breaker pack. So I'm going to equip... We're going to talk about Mira's moves first. I'm going to equip Serious Beam. Rage Saucer. So Serious Beam, by the way, taking 10 ki. That's very important for why I like the move. But you'll see. Serious Rush. I'll grab it. Infinity Explosion, the evasive. And which takes, it claims it takes 2 defense bars. We'll talk about that. And then Serious Bomb. So, the funny thing about... My mouse is freaking out. The funny thing about Mira's moves is the drain that they take is scaling to Namek. But you'll see very quickly. So, if I just use Serious Beam real quick. Number one, it looks really good. I like how it looks. But if I just throw that out... 15,614. That, my friends, if you don't know the context, that's very good. That is... so, Space. This move scales to Space. Automatically makes it better than the best beam in Space, which is Darkness Wave. Which was doing 14,300 for me. Pico Drill Beam actually is doing more, but that's more of a special beam cannon type move, so slightly different. And in terms of beam, it's doing great damage. And again, 10, it's taking 10 ki, which is really low. And then if I look up, like, what was it, Darkness Wave? Yeah, 20 ki. So it's taking half the ki and doing more damage than Darkness Wave. So it is outscaled when you get to Buu Saga. If I just equip, like, I don't want to just equip a random move. I have the information now. If I equip Majin Kamehameha. That's funny, that was the move I was going to equip anyway. But if I just equip Majin Kamehameha and fully charge it, this move is going to do more damage. Slightly more. Like, a bit more. You have to remember I'm in base, so when you start transforming, the multipliers kind of go crazy. But how much does that... That's 25 ki. 25 ki! That's crazy! So, like, Serious Beam, if you like getting every ounce of damage you can, then don't use Serious Beam. Unless you're, like, lower level, then yes, it's good. But if you're trying to be efficient with your ki, Serious Beam is amazing. Let's talk about Rage Saucer next. So, Rage Saucer, this is another move that I think is really, really good for its level. The damage it's doing isn't, like, spectacular, but the speed that it does it at, for the 1,000 stamina that it takes, is really good. Not to mention, it doesn't knock back, so you can just keep comboing with this move. This is a great stamina break move. And then you can just keep going into it. Like, it's crazy, the damage that you're going to rack up using this move. So yeah, I really like this move. It's very reliable. Even at level 300 plus, like, this move is something to consider putting on your moveset. So Serious Rush is next. This is a counter, of course, so let's hope that I get lucky. There we go. It's okay. I think that damage is actually pretty decent. By this point in the game, there are better counters to get. Got You is a better counter, by far. But, I mean, it's a cool counter, and you don't have Got You, you don't want to go get it for whatever reason, like, I mean, it's fine. I guess it's worth mentioning, right? Next is Infinity Explosion. This move blew my mind. I don't know if it's bugged or what, but check this out. So it's an AoE explosion. It does 2788 damage, which isn't a lot at all, by the way. It's like nothing. But that's more than the other AoE, like, evasive damaging moves are doing. I'm pretty sure it's more than almost all of them, if not all of them. But look at how much defense it takes. It takes, like, slightly over 1, which is weird. But it's not taking 1.5. And the thing is like, I feel like that's, like, insane, no? Like instead of vanishing, you can just use Infinity Explosion and get some damage off, and then continue, and then start your combo. Like, let me hit this guy. Hit me. Oops. There's, like, a weird bug with X evasives. If I do this, okay. Oh, I can combo off of it. I don't know. Maybe that's because I have good ping in this little private server. Well, 66 isn't that good, but I mean, for a Roblox game, it's good. So, like, let me try again. Hit me. Yeah, there's a weird bug, like, where you just kind of evade. You kind of vanish instead. But, like, I could combo that into a beam or something, right? Yeah, like, dude. Yeah, that's good. Infinity Explosion is awesome. Amazing evasive. I might even consider using it in my own time, too. Like, that's crazy. And then finally, Serious Bomb. I actually like this ultimate. That's why I'm sharing it. I'm gonna knock him away. So Serious Bomb, it's a fast, full charge. And I think it's doing really good damage. So that's the full charge. That's all it took. 16,000 damage. I have experienced a weird bug where it bugs my ultimate bar. It's just a visual bug. Like, it still works and everything. I fully charge it. It's like acting like it's fully charged. What does that mean? Okay, when I actually use it, it goes down. But it's like, it stays. It's so weird. Maybe it's like a intentional? I don't think it's intentional, but like, I mean, if anything, it makes the move better. Because, like, yeah, you can't see your ki, but it makes it faster to fully charge it the second time. Which is something definitely interesting. But at least I think it does. Maybe it is just completely visual. But either way, like, disregarding that, I still, like, think it's really good. It's just something interesting to take note of. As for where it scales, 16,000 damage for me, that's scaling to space. It's actually scaling above space. It's better than any key damage move in space. So this is definitely your best bet if you're a key user in space. Go for Serious Bomb if you can get the Game Pass. Very good move. As for how it compares to Boo Saga, by the way, just to like point it out, it's worse than Boo Saga moves that are doing like in the 20,000s. But I mean, you don't get that until like level 540, right? So going from 300, right? 300? Yeah, 300 to 540. That's like a big range that you can use this move at. That's a lot of levels that this move will carry you through. So yeah, absolutely. Great move. And then to finish up, we have Toa's Mentor. Bloody Sauce is her first move. I actually don't like it. Position Shift, however, and Time Bullet. One of these moves absolutely blew my mind. I don't know how many people know how good it is, but it's crazy. Let me equip all her moves. So these moves both take 40 ki, by the way. But that's because, of course, they So I'll just show it. Position Shift. If you just tap this move, it throws a blast out, does an explosion, does damage, and it stuns, and it switches your position. Of course. The stun is really good. That's why it takes 40 ki. If this move didn't take 40 ki, bro, like if this move didn't stun and took like 25 ki even, dude, let me show you why. Let me show you why. It's still on cooldown, so I'll show Time Bullet real quick. Time Bullet, you just use the move, it freezes them. It does like no damage. It's not a bad move. I like the move. It freezes them, it's whatever. It takes 40 ki, whatever, right? It's fine. It's more consistent than like a Psychic Rock Throw, which even though that only takes 5 ki and it has like a really low cooldown, it actually does do decent damage. This move is like a lock-on type of thing, kind of like Peeler Storm previously, where you're just gonna hit the guy basically most of the time. So yeah. Here's the thing about Position Shift. You can charge this move. Why? What? Look at the damage it did! What? What? 12,000? That's insane! That's crazy damage! The thing about Position Shift, that's the second highest blast in the game. If I go to Boo Saga, the blasts there are not doing that. They're doing 11,000. Not freaking 12.5, dude. Like, that's crazy. This is a level 300 move. Like, yeah, the key sucks. That's a lot of damage. So, like, again, the key makes it, like, horrible, blah, 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 whatever. But, I mean, the damage is crazy. And the stun, too. Man, very good move. So, continuing on, again, position, or Time Bullet. I like it. It's whatever. Next up is Science Vanish. So, this move is just a pretty normal standard evasive. You just kind of, like, it's basically After Image. So, if I like After Image so much, I also like Science Vanish. It's like the same move with extra steps. Like, it's whatever. And then Energy Zone. This move is very, very unique. So, I can't really show off what it's doing. But, basically, anybody who gets in this little vicinity is gonna heal. Except for the person using it. And the heal is really good. Not to mention, you could just charge up and do it again. It's not like it heals like 5% of your HP in turn you can spam it. Like, no, this heals like half your HP or something. Or like 40% of your HP, something like that. It's a really good move. Like a pretty good chunk of your HP gets healed. So, for raids, for example, like having a guy with Energy Zone or all of you having Energy Zone, insanely good for healing each other and whatnot. So yeah, I really like it. I think it's a great move. So, I think that's going to end this video. The Game Pass moves, a lot of them are very worth it, and I think we can walk away all agreeing that the Time Breaker Game Pass is amazing. That is what we can all walk away with. The 21 Game Pass, also good. Very good move. As for... Let me see. As for any other moves, like... Add-on pack 1 giving Super God Fist, that's a pretty good move. But that's like the only good move it gives. Are there any other game passes that give multiple good moves? No. They all kind of only give one. Which is good, at least they all give one. Add-on pack 2 just gives you an evasive that I don't even think most players will like, so... But, I don't know. Yeah, no. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. That's the series. The series is done, at least until the path update comes out, and I have to test 40 more moves. Oh god. Like the video, subscribe, I hope you guys enjoyed. Tell your friends. If your friends are struggling with this, or starting this game up, or something, let them know, hey man, Bobby and Mira's got your back, bro.